Most traders look at price and volume, but they miss the one tool that shows real intent in the market, and that's going to be CVD or cumulative volume delta. Today, I'll break down what CVD divergences are and how to spot them and how to actually trade them in the market. At a basic level, all CVD is doing is tracking the interaction between buyers and sellers. Again, it does not show limit orders. All it is tracking will be aggressive buyers or sellers. So here we can just kind of go over a basic kind of absorption. Price making a higher high while CVD is making a lower low, and then price making a lower low while CVD makes a higher high. Basically, this one, the passive seller is stepping in, right? Capping price, and then aggressive buyers are basically getting trapped, right? And then you're going to have your hand in the market holding this down, and then we're going to get that flush. In this example on the left here, you're going to have the aggressive selling, right? And they don't find any, um, basically, they're not finding any effort for what they're doing. And then they get trapped and you kind of get the same way. Now, this is just like a basic overview. I'm going to go over here in the next couple minutes how you actually use it intraday because this is just abstract. Just showing you this, it's not really going to tell you anything. So knowing all this theory is great, right? But how do you actually use it when you're trading? So first things first, this is called Market Monkey Terminal. I really like this one right now just because it's free and I feel like it has a really good visual of the CVD for me personally. It's really quick to just check it and kind of see what's going on in the market. So what I like to do, you're going to have Coinbase Spot, Binance Spot, and then Binance Futures. Basically, all you're doing is looking at the relationship between the spot buyers and then the perp buyers. That's all I want to see. You know, is spot really buying or is spot getting absorbed? All that kind of nuanced little data is what I want to be looking out for. So, I mean, recently it's very simple, right? Binance and Coinbase are selling like crazy, but someone is stepping in on the bid because we're not going lower, right? So, you know, these CVD books or whatever would tell you that, okay, so price didn't make a lower low, but we were able to trade higher, which we did. So you could have had a setup, right? So we make this low, we come back over here, you see the aggressive selling, but sellers aren't getting anywhere, right? They're not getting any movement. And the perk market was actually starting to buy. So it made a lower low, and then we made a higher high, but a lower low in price. Okay. So, you know, it's not always so cut and dry like those perfect examples I showed you, right? So first we had an area that we're looking to buy. We have spot continually selling, but someone's on the bid, right? Someone's sitting there with the limit order absorbing all the selling, which is what you want to see. So that's good. So we have someone sitting on the limit order. And then let's say, right, so we had like this 30-minute, right? So you kind of get the return to the wick. You know, this is kind of your area you're looking to buy. I think this was like the composite value area low, like right here or something. So this is a great place to buy, right? And then what you also get on the low time frames. So, right, we had sellers kind of getting nowhere. We had the CVDs all tracking lower. Okay, let's try to match this up. So CVDs all tracking lower. Price not even able to make a lower low right here. CVDs still tracking lower, right? I mean, they do kind of make a higher high right here, but in the general scheme of things, they are tracking lower, right? And this is, I know it's confusing looking at this, but this is basically Binance here. So this is just futures, right? This is the low in futures. We can actually see the CVD in the futures market was a lot different. So it makes a low, and then we basically are buying, right? It looks like futures were buying all through this low. And then what also did you have? So let's look at the spot market here. This is going to be Coinbase. Coinbase, again, selling, 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 but they're not really making any traction, right? Yeah, the CVD's nuking, but I mean, are they really getting like a big expansion candle lower? No. Very controlled, very just kind of in a range, kind of doing nothing. Okay, so that's good actually. Then we have the Binance spot, right? We just saw Coinbase. This one's going to be Binance. Kind of the same thing, right? I mean, this CVD is definitely more flat, but we're getting selling and they're not really getting anything out of it. So, the first thing you're thinking, well, okay, so someone's sitting there with a limit order on the spot side, but are the perp buyers going to get squeezed? So if we look at the open interest, I mean, it kind of looks like we had people pile into shorts and then they kind of got, taken out on this move. So not really. If you pull up the funding, I know I'm bringing up things I don't really, it did flip positive, right? So people were longing, which we can see in the CVD. But, I mean, you're just watching for all these little anomalies. It's not this simple thing that you can just kind of pick up on. Or no, you can pick up on it, I meant to say, but it's not so cut and dry, right? So like here, price makes a low, and then we have a higher low, but the CVD makes a lower low. Okay, so aggressive selling. And then weirdly, the CVD starts picking up. Price doesn't, spot's still selling, and then we kind of get the constructive bid, right, on the 5-minute. We break out of this, we come up, we kind of back test this little range here. I mean, that's your trigger to go long right here, right? So, that's just a recent example I'm pointing out, but it's just all to go over that these CVDs are not so cut and dry. You really want to look for the nuances. You want to look for, where is their effort being made, and price is not making, let's say we had price like this, and then your CVD, I should draw it with the price. Looks like this, right? Yeah, price did make a higher high, but CVD made a way higher high. And then we kind of came back underneath, let's say this range. So yeah, it's not really the conventional setup, but you have to kind of be able to look in the nuance of these kind of setups. Look in, where are the aggressors? Are they getting trapped? Are they getting rewarded? What is spot doing? Is spot holding up price? Is spot selling? Is spot buying? Is someone absorbing the spot selling? All this stuff's very important. And I just kind of want to make a quick video on how you kind of go over it. The main ones that I use are going to be Velo. It's the same thing, right? Coinbase, Binance, Perpetuals, Coinalyze, and then this new market monkey terminal. I'm not hiding anything. This is the exact ones that I use. This one's nice because it also shows you the heat map. So, that one's nice because it shows you the heat map. But other than that, that's basically it. I mean, I know I kind of rambled a bit, but that's basically the whole video, right? You're looking for the relationship between buyers and sellers and how they're interacting. Is someone stepping in with limit orders to hold up price? What's spot doing? There's all these different factors. And then once you can start throwing open interest in there, you can start throwing funding in there, and then you can even get a better picture of really what's going on, right? I mean, it looks like, sellers stuffed it here. They probably weren't out of the market yet, right? They're probably still in this, thinking it's going to break the low. We start getting the buyers coming in, and then this opening just really starts to come off right here. Really comes off. That's why the CVD made a lower low here. So It's just all these little factors you got to take into consideration. I hope I kind of could show you guys how you can use this kind of stuff. But if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.